Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're doing well. This is the day the Lord. I start this show like I do on my trade shows. Anyway, this is the day the Lord has made. We rejoice and be glad in it. And we're so glad you're tuning in to Glory 93.9, the freshest wave of glory, to hit the atmosphere, the ionosphere, the hemisphere, the red cross sphere, and all the fairs that have been postponed until COVID leave. And we're so glad that you're tuning in with us. It is 7 minutes after 5 o'clock on the 10th day of March, 2011, time changing 2021. Great Christ, 2011, 2021. I know, right? Time change Sunday. Sunday time change. We're so glad.
Spring forward.
Spring forward. Yeah, you fall back. You fall back and you spring forward. Yeah, that's the way it goes. So listen, we're so glad you're tuning in. This is Barbershop Talk, y'all. So glad you're tuning in with us. We did good. Now, I can be honest, they didn't beat my other show last week, but we did okay. The numbers were pretty good, Mr. Ramsey, and so we'll carry on. Around the table today, around the big table, around the table today, you got hear nothing? That's all right, we can hear you.
Make it look good. Make it look good.
Yeah, make it look good. Around the table is Mr. Carlo Ramsey. So glad to have back. Has not been in this building now for about 18 months. So glad to have welcome him back. Welcome him back to the building, to the new Glow 93.9. Glad to have Mr. Kenyatta Vashon Gustavo Taylor. I'm so glad to have him back with us. Good to be here. Good to have you, man. And then also, of course, Mr. Garfield Burrows. He covering the uniform today. He in the uniform like.
You only got to tell me one.
I ain't gonna lie. It's like, wait, why you wear that uniform? You know how we go with this show. Why would you wear that uniform? Why? Why would you open yourself like that? You know, some people in this country, petty. You got to be careful what you put out there, buddy. And then, of course, I'm topping this off is Mr. Tito Bethel.
I gotta be the most annoying. That's what make it popular, bro. I want to get fans like that. Tito fans, you all like that? I also pick up Bambi fans for like 50 cents.
You get Bambi fans?
Yeah,
I didn't forget about it.
No, the stocks drops, so I pick them up 50 cents. Bambi and fans? I forget about Bambi. Yeah, boy.
I really forgot about Bambi too. I can be honest. Lord, where Bambi? Bambi tune in?
Probably not.
Probably not. I know many of Mr. Wilson's fans have been asking about him. He is not in country at the moment, but he should, based on what I've been told. Is that correct, Mr. Bethel? Mr. Bethel is his business partner and chief confidence spiritual advisor. And he's still out of town. Yeah. But I think based on what he indicated, he should be back with us on next week. And of course, we got to do some gymnastics once we do that to make sure we can accommodate him. But we will. We'll get it sorted out.
One of the balls probably in the show. You know they ain't consistent.
You barely do it.
I said that out loud. I don't
All right. So now that we didn't get things going, I want to start where we ended. What is it?
Something?
That's for your wife?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you got here, Pastor. That's probably revelation right there. Wonder why this thing out.
Plug me in.
All right, you up now?
Oh yeah.
Smoking on. All right. We ended last week while the music was playing, and I figured to do this because in this room are 5 fathers, and we ended talking about something that happened the week before last. I don't know if Mr. Taylor heard about this. He wasn't with us last week, but I don't know if he heard about this case. That there was a gentleman, a brother. I think he's been set with a lot of us. I think he's around. I think he said he was 42, 43. Somewhere in the ballpark in his 40s.
I think he said 43.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Okay, so in our age set, who accompanied his daughter to the bus stop, put his daughter on a bus, paid the bus driver himself. I think this is important to understand, to set this context now. And I jumping out the gate with this because we ended last time and didn't get to really jump on this. And I think as this would have been half a day in the barbershop. There's a half a day barbershop conversation right here to deal with this. Mr. Ramsey is already getting a little antsy. But just calm it down. He puts his daughter on the bus. Now, it's very important to notice, Mr. Taylor. and he paid the bus driver himself.
His young daughter.
His daughter is about 14 years old. The bus driver puts his hand under this young girl's dress. Skirt. The school-age student.
Uniform skirt.
Uniform skirt.
That means she in school.
Yeah. This brother gets the call on his job from, I think, either the child's grandmother, something that his child is all disheveled and all like, because she's just been sexually assaulted. He lays hands on the bus driver, obviously, when he finds his brother, lays hands on him. He's arrested. Suddenly. He's arrested. And he is totally cool with that. He has no issues with that, no qualms about that whatsoever. Folks online, why y'all ain't commenting? I ain't see no comments coming up. What's going on? Y'all leave it and say good afternoon.
Share the link.
Please share it. Those of you who are online, please share it. I ain't see nobody share no link now. I can't catch feelings. I ain't see nobody say good afternoon. People, y'all ain't welcome. Thank you, Mary Lightburn. Guys getting to catch feelings. I ain't see no comments coming in. Those listening on Facebook. Oh, y'all have the link? Okay, let me share the link. And so you put it in all the groups. Mr. Battle, did you put it in the groups last night?
No.
Wow.
I sent to my customers.
Wow, that's powerful. Well, that's another topic for another time. That's another topic for another time. There it is right there. I just put it in the Barbershop group, gentlemen. So y'all please share it out. Put it out there. Folks, I don't like these views. These views kind of low. So I need y'all to get up on here.
You know we are. They probably don't think this could be early.
We was early last week, early again this week.
You know, we trying to develop some consistency. Give them a chance, man.
All right.
Give us a month straight on time.
So someone just sent me a text and listen, Pastor, we driving, we listening and driving. We don't want buck up. We are your biggest fans in the world on the radio. So, all right. So I accept that. All right. Thank you. Comments are coming in. I feel a whole lot better now. Thanks, y'all. Because I was starting to catch feelings that y'all wasn't in the room. Why you telling me come in the room, Tito?
Who's his customer?
As a customer?
I guess so.
All right.
I ain't get no message.
You with this customer?
I guess not.
Have y'all reconciled, brethren?
No.
I looking for a barber, right?
Y'all need to reconcile.
Sean right there.
You need to reconcile? No, man.
You don't get Mr. Dilla?
No, I ain't getting Mr. Bad.
All right.
We
So,
be friends. We ain't got no other one. We would.
this has been a recurring story now for the 20 some years I've
I ain't
known.
lie, wait. This for the sketch feelings, but I mean, I didn't move on. You still on that?
Let me finish telling my story. All right. So anyway, so he lays out on the fellow, Mr. Taylor. Did you hear about the story? All right. No, by now you remember. If you heard about it, you remember by now. So watch this now. So then the brother no, because I need to paint this. Because this thing is so like to soak this in. I like to paint the picture so you can understand what's going on. Dude done get arrested, right? Dude got arrested, and the father and those are waiting for the court date. The case was called. The father, nobody was notified, and the brother was given a $220 fine, I think.
Say what?
And that was the end of that.
No, repeat that, man.
Huh?
He sexually assaulted a minor.
He sexually assaulted a minor, correct.
And the court gave him a $200 fine.
220.
No, 200. I think it's 200.
200.
I don't care if it's $3,000 fine.
Or 2 months in jail or something like that.
No jail time, just a fine.
Look, does he pay the fine?
Pay the fine.
He do one route down, he's able to pay that fine.
So what's hold on? First of all, what is the penalty for sexual assault of a minor on our books?
I know.
They should have whatever it was. They should have thrown the maximum penalty.
Get charged with that.
What do you get charged with?
Whatever the fine is for $200 something.
It can't
be sexual assault of a minor. It can't be.
No.
But what was it then? What was it that he did?
Final whatever.
So I mean, nobody actually investigated the actual charge.
Apparently, when we left the show, I got a message.
Yeah,
the AG was reviewing it.
They're reviewing the case now.
But see, my problem is
why is something like that to be reviewed?
Yeah, my problem is, I was told to tell the barbers stay closer to the mic, please, particularly the barbers. So when y'all talk, to be close to the mic.
Yeah.
No, you can move.
Yeah, I ain't talking now. Go ahead.
Based on what I was told, it was brought under review. My struggle is how we get there.
Yeah.
How we get to the point
How we get
of this
that?
needing to be reviewed.
No.
They know they're supposed to be there. I told you that last week. Everybody get this position by favor and thing.
Couldn't be my daughter, Denzel.
It wouldn't have been mine here.
Someone text me.
Couldn't be my daughter.
Someone texted?
Wouldn't have been mine here.
Talk.
Couldn't be my daughter.
I ain't saying that.
It wouldn't have been mine.
I hear you, Delancey.
Yeah. I mean, that's what people are saying.
Yeah. It wouldn't have been my daughter. It wouldn't have been my daughter. The AG need to get suspended or sent home or something.
The AG?
Yeah.
Why you going? Why?
All the way up there. All the way up
Why
there.
we?
So how you get to the AG though?
You skipping past everybody
the
though.
prosecutor, the AG, all of them need to get
But
sent
start
home.
from the bottom.
Just because the police get sent home, none of them dirty doing all that supposed to get sent home.
Boy, he get right on it.
He's one.
But he didn't know. You can't say that. He didn't know.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have been there with this thing.
And I ain't gonna lie, boy, there was some big slots too. Boy.
We don't the case in that night.
Yeah.
Oh, do we get to that next? Let's listen one at a time. One at a time.
That's
One at a time. One at a time.
That's
So-
unacceptable. That's
so
unacceptable.
this whole thing with this whole wife with this young child. Man, come on, man.
But boss, I mean,
What magistrate?
that's it.
What I think that magistrate should be removed.
Prosecutor, everybody, all.
And then go for the AG. If
I
ain't
mean,
nothing
The
done.
prosecutor should be all them because the number one, y'all even ain't called the gal. Y'all sorry.
What's the name of the magistrate who oversaw this case?
I don't know.
I know what you got to call that. You got to call that.
Sean, you don't gonna find that out. You don't gotta worry about that.
And if you
You don't gonna find that.
Mr. Carl Bettle, we need you to act immediately.
I mean,
why I don't go for the AG? Because
I don't know who the little girl is. I don't know who the daddy is,
Past
but
everybody else though.
that is
everybody, let me show you something.
unacceptable.
But you said it last week, You said last week. When the Kansas City Chiefs win that Super Bowl, Andy Reid is a great coach. Pat Mahomes is a good quarterback. Their defense, their offense, boom, 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 in that order. So in this case, Carl Battle,
So you fire the GM,
prosecute,
then you fire the coach,
everybody.
then you fire Pat Mahomes.
Everybody in trouble. Everybody in trouble. Because how this case come in your office or come across your office?
I think they come across his desk though.
It's off. I say office. Might not come across his desk, but come across your office. When you see anything to do with children,
What?
and minors, and inappropriate touching and feeling and sexual conduct, these things need to take.
I'll say this,
precedent.
Gallo. I'll say this. I think the fact that he come on and say it should be a review, that shouldn't be an open statement. It should be, we're gonna get this guy, put him back in custody, and then we're gonna review. Let everybody know he logged back up. Not be just gonna review.
Station didn't expose this situation. We would never know about that.
we would have never known.
I would
We
really,
would've
I would
never
really
known
like
that.
to know what the charge was.
Whatever the charge, anything to do with
Fellas, let's go to
Because the charge should not be
fellas go to jail for dope.
of a minor, and you get a 200.
See,
Nope.
here's my problem. My problem is the fine confirms that something wrong was done.
Right.
Yep.
See, that's the
But-
problem
but-
for me.
but-
Honestly, it'd been it ain't better, right? But let's say he got away nothing.
Yeah, say no case to answer to.
He has no case to answer to, because then it'll be like, well, boy, there wasn't enough evidence or whatever. But the fact that there was a fine to me confirms y'all out of y'all mind, because y'all saying that there was something that was done that was wrong to a 14-year-old.
He took his hand.
He serves. He's
And he took his hands, went under the female dress, minor's dress,
Yep.
skirt, and he touched a private part.
Allegedly.
I'm asking.
I don't know if he touched a private part, but he get out of this girl. I don't know.
Whether
That
he
much.
touched it or
He put his hand under this
His
girl's
hand should
skirt.
not have been there.
I don't know. I don't know what I hear about that. Anything to do with children, anything to do with my boy or girl, if anybody inappropriately touch them, sexual harass them, anything, whoever that man
That
or
is
woman is,
sexual harassment.
need to get
sexual
thrown in the
assault,
bottom of the jail.
First of all,
Because let me tell you why. As a
he
grown
should
man,
not have a bus license no more.
See, that's an excellent. See,
should not have a
that's
bus
again.
license
I
no
get to
more.
that point right there. Sorry to cut you off, Carlo. But how is he still in public transit?
Oh no, he got to be out of there.
He shouldn't be.
That other children can be on his bus.
He's a boy, but he's a
we don't have no laws.
It's a pedophile.
pedophile. That's what I
Like
mean.
no regulations in place to put these people out, expose them. Listen, you is a pedophile. If you don't want to be known as a pedophile, don't pedophile.
Don't pedophile.
Yeah, that's my thing.
What's-
Let's see.
Does
I
this bus driver have a name?
They didn't
They didn't got his name.
Lie this man. Hey,
Which route this is?
he need to be on the list. He need to be on the
This
list.
you running west, east,
did-
west, north, or south?
He didn't say that, and I was waiting for the daddy to say where they live.
Because somebody did.
But
because-
even in the interview, the daddy didn't say where it was. He put on the bus. He didn't give the area.
I know.
See, because there are a lot of other young kids, females, that travel the buses, and they need to know which bus not to go on. Like Tito said, his license should be revoked.
This is ridiculous. I don't know. I thought that was talking.
Man, as a matter of fact,
Okay,
his
okay.
license shouldn't be revoked. His license should be revoked because he's in jail.
He should be
He
locked
should
up.
be in jail.
I can tell you one thing. I hope they put big slaps on him.
Be in jail.
I was going to get to that.
I hope they put big slaps on him.
Ones that need big slap.
Put your hand on.
They're the ones
Put your
that
hand.
need big
Put your hand down. Don't get listen to me. God, I supposed to tell you that. They said, don't get me mixed up, you know.
All right, that's a police officer just sent me a voice note because she doesn't want to call, so she sent me a voice note, and she says to me, now listen, it may not be a problem with the prosecution. It may be the case that a magistrate says that. Let me say, sorry guys, the number to call is 828-3543. If you want to call 828-3543. While you in here, what's the call number again? I mean, what they supposed to do when they call? What the press this here. I ain't touch nothing up here. Everything ready. Why don't you be quiet, sir?
That's your problem right now. That long question there. That could be there.
Got it finally. Yeah. What happened? Bad line is up me.
Couple of times I going to text you some stuff and I had to erase it. You know, I had to like.
Yeah,
That's
leave
fine.
Mr. Rams. This is my personal friend. Nothing get between us. She said that the officer said to me this now. She said, Pastor, sometimes it's the case where the person gets before the court, and because they have no criminal history, the judge goes with the least possible. And I because it's a voice note, I can't really answer back and I said on the radio because I would say, officer,
Not because
I love you dearly, but you done lost your mind.
Not because he has no criminal history on record.
Listen, man.
Means he doesn't have a criminal history.
You gotta be joking. If the police pull me over with a joint and they feel like putting me in the jail for a weekend, I can be in jail for the weekend.
But not dealing with a minor, bro.
I never
With a
been
minor?
inside. I never been inside the police car. So if I get catch, get 30 bags of cocaine.
Oh, you get locked up, you know.
No.
They can bury you in the
My fine need to be $230.
because that's your first event.
Yeah.
You get buried.
I never been inside the car.
We
I
get-
gotta count for something.
We get buried in the
I'm
jail.
sure that's not that bus driver first time doing that.
You know what? Well, I mean, I know. I know one thing.
The
First
fa-
time,
the
no
fa-
time, last
Sean, of
time.
course.
Well, I don't believe this is first time.
Sean.
I don't care
If the
if
dude do that smooth and the daddy drop them off, it's quite obviously he have no bounds and no limit to what he can do.
What's
what he
his
feels he
last
can
name?
do.
Why he get slapped on the wrist?
see, my thing is that that's why I mentioned the part about because we fathers here.
Yes.
I put my daughter in your hand. I paid you. See, that's why it took a long
I
time.
don't even have to be my daughter, Pastor Denzel.
But the
I mean,
point I make,
Denzel,
the point what makes
Bishop,
it, whichever one you got
my
me.
friend.
What gets me is the fact that see, because I thinking about that night when I get home that night. No, Pastor Denzel is fine. That's fine. I ain't my Pastor Denzel. I don't mind Pastor Denzel. I know. Yeah, I ain't a problem with that.
It's
You know?
barbershop talk, man.
Yeah.
We want to be our friend today.
That what he's calling him in the barbershop?
Listen,
He's calling him pastor.
There's
He's
no
calling
way.
him
Yo,
Denzel.
let's call him pastor.
What
Let's
do
call
you
him-
do?
Let's call him-
Like the piggyback.
We're just gonna be-
like the piggyback of a
boy.
right? What do
Don't
you
say my
say?
boy. Don't say
What can you say to your daughter that's sitting on that bed in tears, traumatized, and you don't even know what to say?
You're supposed to then put your daughter in the back of the car.
He was
Ride over
traumatized.
to the bus driver house. wail him in front of the daughter, and show the daughter you don't play. And when you finish wail him, you jump back in the car and drive off.
And you think that's Gila?
No, she can know daddy don't
No,
play.
man, that daddy ain't Gila, Tito. It's
But
bigger
they
than that.
It can do
If
something.
If he wasn't gonna be in jail, somebody's gonna be in jail.
that
I
is
was gonna be in
big.
jail.
Jail ain't enough, Carlo.
I was gonna be in
So you
jail.
gotta
because
understand,
there's
Carlo.
no way I
Jail
allow
is
someone
enough
to
to
my minor,
satisfy
my
the
daughter.
public.
No way.
Jail ain't enough to satisfy me as a father.
Neither me. But what I'm saying is, jail might not satisfy or heal my daughter. Neither me talking to her. Her seeing me be
Man,
the
these-
man.
the maximum
That's not,
penalty
it's not
is
going
Carlo.
to remove that hurt, mate.
If I get a chance to wail him and wail him good with no
Tito,
interruption, I can feel
You know,
satisfied.
you missing
Yeah,
the
that's
point.
you.
You missing my point. My point is, I can take out all my frustrations and yuck up all my vexations on him and all. And I can wail him that he can't see, and I may break his legs till he can't walk. But the scarring and the hurt that he put on my daughter, no beating,
I can't beat
no
that.
jail
Jail-
time,
exactly.
nothing can replace
So
that,
what you
bro.
want? Now you moving to the level of murder. You want to kill him?
That's still ain't gonna fix it though.
But you missing my point. Me, right? I have to deal with my daughter going through this for the rest of her life. You
So let
don't
me ask you a
know
question.
how she is going
Fine.
to
It
process
happened.
process
It
this.
happened. It happened. What you think should be his penalty?
I'd kill him, but that might satisfy me. But that mightn't satisfy her. You missing my
The
point.
views expressed on this show is not those of Glory 93.9, Pastor Denzel Roll, Pastor Bishop Denzel Roll. All life would have said it. If we are in, you're gonna be pastor. Because I ain't gonna be no Denzel. It's Pastor Denzel and those. However, that being said, I think the sentiment is shared by every father anywhere in the country. As a father,
I would have still been beating him.
So my thing is that like
In Rossington Square, on Jungle.
what is
Right
going
after the Valley.
the person that's, and I say this, and you know what, and you know you're not supposed to do this when you on the radio, whatever the case is, but if we knew the name of that person, I would call their name because I want to know.
You need to know who these pedophiles are.
No, I don't, but the magistrate.
Oh, yeah, that too.
No, I would call them
Because
honestly for this
That
right
is
here.
that
is-
right there is a matter of that's right
I
there.
lie, but
That's
I got
there's no
no
justice in that. There's
can't
no
do no
justice in that.
I can't represent him.
There's no justice in that.
You don't have to represent him. You don't have to represent him.
You sure you going? You
Or
sure
he
you
goes
going there with a
somewhere
lawyer? I think you're going there with a
Yeah,
lawyer.
but what I'm saying
Yeah,
is,
but what he's saying is
is
he didn't need one.
I understand.
You can refuse to represent him. No?
I agree.
Yeah, so I know one of my wives who's a lawyer, and he stopped being a lawyer because he can deal with it. He can deal with it when the represent
Let me ask you a question.
murderers and drug
Right.
dealers. So he
The
stopped.
prosecutor, you think they went hard enough to make sure he got
No, they ain't going high enough. It might be, but Pastor said there might not be enough evidence.
Were there any witnesses? That's about that. Were there any witnesses to this?
I know one thing. And then I made a comment the other day.
Something happened because he was charged.
So Thursday after I come off the show, he made a comment and where was that, right? The first thing when young man say to me was, how I know the girl ain't asked for that.
The girl can't ask for nothing. She's a minor.
I said, come on, man.
a minor.
Even if she was to do that, you grown.
Yes, it's on him.
You grown. The
He's
man
going out.
Even if you find her attractive girl lies at the end of the day, but she 14. You can go in there and you can pay a girl $40.
She gotta make that decision.
To please you. Why you want to deal with a little child?
If someone drop a child off to the barbershop, a daddy walk his son in the barbershop, walk him in there, put him in my chair, pay me to cut his hair. If something happened to a child, I scared.
I want you to know you better be.
You know why I scared?
Because you
Because the daddy
Because
left
you're
me.
responsible?
Yes, he walk him in the chair, put him in the chair, and pay me. You know what they said? He ain't had to say to his mouth. You responsible?
Yeah.
I need the boy. I can't say, boy, he walk in the door. I thought you was outside. I gotta
Yeah,
make
no.
sure.
You're right.
So the fact that the daddy walked that child on the bus and pay him the money.
And listen, if you watch an interview, you could see Daddy, but Daddy is hot. Like he was.
I don't even think I'd have been in the frame of mind to have no conversation with nobody on no TV. Like he had to get
you
justice. Wouldn't have been able to interview me, bro.
No, but I'm
He was-
saying
yeah,
no.
he-
It was no. If you watch the interview, you see it because he struggled
you.
through it. He struggled through it. The combination of rage, the combination of just being overcome with everything.
I ain't want to watch it neither.
And he know he had to do it. He
I
had
don't
to
watch
do
it.
it to get
Let
justice.
me get some comments. We have a lot of comments online. There's a whole lot of comments online, and I rate them for not being online. They comment now. Let me get some in. Oh, hello, Kino One. Hey, Kino One. Good to have you, buddy. Kino's on.
My tent, man.
He should not drive bus no more and not be working with any children. That's Damien. We totally agree. Juliet say that's murder. Say Pastor, please answer my call when I call because I can need bail.
Whoever that is, I with you.
That's Delton wife, Julie. Vera says,
I don't want no bail. I want them bring him right near me. Yeah, but not cut it.
He ain't give me yet. He ain't give me yet.
Vera says, good afternoon. I'm a just listen on this issue because my outreach is too great. All of them gotta go. They're talking about that whole list of people who gotta go. All of them gotta go.
All of them.
And here's somebody say the charge is irrelevant. The facts are the facts. Totally agree. Carlo Taylor say Carlo Taylor. Oh, that's Shandy. Yeah.
Shandy.
Say get them. Thank you. You get fined for wrong. So if you wrong, you should be in lockup. The reason people can't take the law into their own hands. But I can be on. I ain't sure the point you're making there, but truth of the matter is stuff like that makes people take the law in their own hands.
Yeah.
This is what is instigate vigilante justice, and we don't support that. We do not support that on this show, no way, shape, or form. But because we are fathers here, and I interest by saying we are fathers, this thing is vexing, man. This thing here.
On this show, we don't believe in vigilante. After the show, you do some foolishness like that. You just go messing.
Too often the laws of our country. This is from someone in the education system. Too often the laws of our country protect the perpetrator, leading to street justice.
There you go.
Oh, there's actually what he got about that skate for. Vera say, well, he wasn't under there looking for her knees. This is correct. This is correct. Julian said we can't hear Carlo good. Can you hear Carlo now? Let me know if you can hear Carlo good, please.
Hi, Julian.
Let me know if you can hear him good now.
You
All right.
I can fix that, you know.
Tito, everything cool.
Oh, I forgot this part. Carlo, Shandy mentioned this part. This is true. He actually said to the bus driver, "Come on, man, let's reason."
Yes, he said that.
He said it to the bus.
No.
That's what the bus driver said to him when he pulled up on the bus driver. He said, "Man, let's reason."
That's reason.
So all of that is admission of guilt.
Hold on, man. The bus driver tell the daddy that's reason.
When he going to break him up?
And he walked the court. Man, you gotta be joking.
This is Christian Radio, Carlos. So keep on reminding you that because I see you get on the edge. I see you on the edge, though. You get on the edge.
I tell you about.
He said that. The daddy did say that. Now
I think my charge would have been
What it is when you don't think about it, premeditated or manslaughter?
no. Because you know I have a lot of friends,
What's it to do?
and they can take turn beating them, but we can't kill him.
Manslaughter.
It's when
I don't know
you
what
lose your mind.
Murder is when you
Kidnapping.
outright
Kill somebody.
go to kill someone.
Or you literally go to, so I ain't outright going to kill him. Am I going to talk to him? Am I going to reason? I did it in the manslaughter. I don't talk about something.
No. But
But
he,
on a fight, and he
but Carlo, how you know beat him?
How you don't beat him?
How you gonna beat him? I got on mask.
I
bail him.
No, man. I
But
want
why are you giving approaches and giving strategy to persons to commit crimes?
Why pass it?
And Steve would come in.
Just for touching my child. I beat your parents to beat you for every blow I put on you. All right, say
Don't do this.
what? No.
Sandra says, all sex offenders should be placed on a public list. We made to know where they live, no matter the age of the victims.
Yeah.
She goes first. Say the young lady is scarred for life and now traumatized and will not receive no therapy. She is stuck having to heal herself.
I tell you, but that right there, that's scarring. It don't matter how angry I get, no much I beat that man. What that daughter got to go through for the rest of her life. She might not want to get married. She might never get touched from a man. She might never. She don't know what to do.
Yeah.
But hold on, my comments went again. Janae Lewis, I cannot repeat that comment that you made because I don't know if that is true. So I ain't gonna do that because somebody on here says, well, they saying which bus route it is. I can't confirm that, so I won't do that. And cause the bus drivers on a particular route.
Cost the wrong man, you beat.
Yeah.
I would see because concerned parents the man is still out there driving a bus. So they want to ensure that they don't place their daughter on that bus.
Why would he not?
Why wouldn't he
not
be?
He's still driving over?
I don't know. I mean, I'm saying, but why would he not be if you only get fined $200?
Yeah, but he's being fined $200. That means he could go back and live his regular life.
His penalty is $200. Is public service license? It was not. We call it thing you did Barbershop for.
Public service license.
Yeah, that was not revoked.
You gotta know something. Just touch him.
What did the child say concerning Judy Clark? Was she given the opportunity to say what was done to her? Her testimony should put him away. They wasn't even called to court.
No, that's the thing. That's the other thing.
They weren't
find
even
out on
called to court.
Facebook, eh?
Yeah, he found it on
He
Facebook.
found out on Facebook that the man who
Yeah.
He was sleeping. His wife
touched his daughter.
Right. His wife wake him up and say,
You understand? So I the daddy. My daughter get touched. I fall asleep. My wife wake me up and say, "Hey, the man who touched your daughter gone, and they just find him $220." He don't wake me up. You can't wake up with that. How you could do that? That didn't make no sense, man. That makes
I
sense.
don't even want to talk about
not at all.
That
this
don't
right
make
here.
no sense. And y'all, I tell you, Carl Beryl,
Like I
magistrate, the prosecution. Listen to me. The AG office, there's no way y'all going to court and fight this.
AG
like
office,
this.
let's get this right. Let's get this one right. Let's
They
get
done-
this
they done
right.
fall up.
Let's get this. Fix it. Fix it. In the name, fix it.
They
Fix
ain't
it.
fix it yet.
But I guess my thing is,
I believe they can fix it.
My thing
Yeah,
is
too
that
little, too late. Far as I can see.
fixing this issue is, yeah, that's right. But because we got it behind because it's going back
Yeah.
under review. My thing is that how could this possibly happen? Because we can figure out how it can happen. It can happen again.
So I tell you, this government,
Who's
and
the
this
magistrate?
system. Sorry, y'all say don't blame the government. The
No.
system is reactive, not proactive, and it's a shadow of the government, which is
That is blatantly.
No,
Lack
no,
of
because
justice.
because there is a separation between the judiciary and executive. So no, I can't say I can't put it on the government.
No
No,
matter who they're,
No.
it happened. It probably happened
Listen,
on both
man,
of
what I
both
say,
of them.
I just once again,
We understand your position because
Yeah.
you gave them a 1
I
last
didn't get
week.
him a 1. I was in a 1. They gave him a 4.
That was a 1.
They gave him a 4.
Okay, you get him a 4.
He say if this pandemic didn't reach,
They was gonna
he would
get a
get a
one.
one.
I know I hear 1.
But all them days, they manifest and do it now. They trying to do it too late.
And I got one good question for Pastor. After we deal with the
We were talking about it.
incident,
Last week, we
I got
talked
one
about
good
that.
question for Pastor.
All it takes now, he talking about
We
he
give
want
a-
good
give a
question.
grade.
Yeah, he want clean up now, too late. You don't wait that long.
So I know one
Straight.
thing.
They try to clean up.
Ain't too late.
I know we ain't getting stuck. Anyway.
anyway,
I said
here we go.
the coolest
Oh,
company
right.
ever.
Oh boy. Oh
Yeah, the
boy.
vaccines reach
The
today.
vaccines reach.
Yeah.
Boy, Garfield, boy, I gotta say, bro.
Dave
Two of
Forbes.
them live.
Dave Forbes says this is the wrong conversation for Carlo Ramsey.
Who got all the daughters?
I just want to make sure I get my comments here. Janae Edwards
Again,
says,
baby, man.
"Say yes, man. That interview hurt me."
Tell you, I'm talking
Judy
something.
Clark says, "I believe he has done it before. It's just this time he was caught." Yeah, I mean, some persons are speculating that when you belong to certain groupings and belong to certain societies, you get certain privileges. Let me just say that because it's been coming a lot.
That's
Yeah.
what they say?
I've been hearing that a lot. That's what I've been hearing, and I'm not saying this is the case, but people are saying once you belong to certain groupings, you have certain connections
Stand up like the-
that
stand
you
up like
get
the
certain
bulls.
that you get in certain.
You can't avoid saying what it is because you're on the radio.
Well, no, I don't know what it is, so I can't say it.
Or that's
I
what
can't
they
say.
say certain groupings.
Yeah,
Or they ain't
Yeah.
saying the grouping is.
right,
Oh, I
right.
know the grouping
There's
is.
plenty groupings.
There's all kind of groupings around here.
Okay.
There are
Carlo.
groupings. There are
Carlo.
church groupings.
Plenty groupings.
There are Masonic groupings.
Yes,
There
sir.
are fraternity groupings.
Yes,
all kind
sir.
of groupings.
And all them is do something for you.
Yeah.
Well, I only in one.
So
I only in one. I in church.
You even got ex-police grouping and all.
I in church.
That is true too. That is definitely true. You know.
You don't know who you know and who might know. Make sure that
I mean, this ain't no, and I'll say this ain't no speculation, but there have been persons who've come and you do certain counseling and talk to certain, in my capacity, you talk to persons and you hear persons say that they don't want to make no claim to the police because the perpetrator is a police and so who you can complain to if the perpetrator is police, you know, so those kind of things you hear it all the time,
oh, yeah, you know you're in trouble.
you know, so.
Gang.
So anyway, that being said, let's shift topics here.
Police.
No, let's go a little deeper now on police, because now I don't know because the police officer who texts me says that I'm not sure we could put that one on the police because That case.
What was the charge?
No. You. I don't.
What
think so,
was
I
the
know.
charge?
I don't know.
Y'all gotta find out what $230
We need to
is.
know what the charge. I mean,
Anyway, it don't matter now.
It's a charge. It's an offense. It's something he did.
All
Because he
it
paid a
is,
fine.
all it's gonna do is upset me, upset you. It made no sense. Let's talk about the police who beat the big the other day.
who we do?
It's the police who beat the young man in custody. Say, I name so and so.
So all you do is cut here and you don't watch the news no more because you lost.
You on leave though. You on leave.
What you talking to me?
Yeah, I talking to you.
That's what you call
Yeah.
swift action.
Yeah, Paul William Leander. That's the name.
Immediately.
That must have messed
Yeah.
up.
That's the name.
Yeah. Commissioner of Police.
Commissioner of Police. Paul
Immediately.
say he ain't blaming them. He ain't blaming them. He say they are.
I ain't gonna lie.
You on
Immediately.
leave? I will investigate it.
What were they beating for?
We
I
ain't
heard the voice note.
Didn't you put it in the barbershop group?
Yeah,
Yeah, I listened to
we
it.
ain't know he get beat.
No, we don't know. We don't know what it is. But my thing is that if he's if
Claudine is a gimme.
you
Nah,
keep,
hold
you
on.
keep on hitting my table, you go be my cut off.
Listen to me. The dude who in the room getting beat ain't necessarily one of his people in there recording. Someone might have been there just record.
He get charged anyway.
But whatever it
I
is,
mean, the fellow who was asking the questions
He
was
was recording, right? Because if
Yeah.
you listen to these mumbling some other things
he
too.
was trying to get them to say
Because
something.
But them two might do.
Because if you listen to he's trying to give out the number of the police who's writing.
Oh
him up.
yeah.
He was.
If you
He was.
listen to it, he's
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to give out the number of the police who's
He
writing
was.
him up. Because he say, am I arrested? They say, I don't ask you no question. He say, what am I charged with? Disorderly conduct, crazy the police.
And then
this
he
and that. No
He
kind
tell your
of
boy, say, hold on.
But he's
What
still
you
ain't
got?
arrested though. All that he say, he's still under arrest. Don't play it. Don't play it.
Don't play it on the radio. No, don't play it. Yeah. So anyway, I mean,
But see, we
What do you tell him? Be strong. When he get him, somebody tell him.
But let's call it spade a spade though. Let's call it
Relax in
spade
the
a
back
spade.
there, boy.
Relax in the back there. Hold on.
If we call
No,
it
this-
spade, right? We are saying
Some of these fellas rude though. They need to get
if that
top
was
up.
the bus driver getting beat up, we wouldn't have care. No, we wouldn't have care.
no, if we would have jumped in.
If that's the bus driver getting
would've
beat up,
had
we
him
wouldn't
out.
care. Right.
Right.
But now we don't know what this young man do. We making fun of him. He might not do nothing. But that police really put some blows on him though. I ain't
But
gonna
that's the thing. Nigga say, put it. Man, I thought that's how
he
you
put
be
his hand in this chair, boy.
Put your hand down.
And so. Boom.
But my thing is, right,
Boom.
if you have,
Boof.
and you know, if you have the gentleman, the brother,
All right, go.
the young man in a cell in the station, why do you need to assault this man?
Because they're too rude.
Why do you need to assault this man who you have in custody under your command? Come on, man.
Yeah, let me hear Burroughs take on this.
Why?
Barrow say no police.
I don't believe.
No, they all. He's a part of,
You're supposed to be the
of
highest,
law
You're
enforcement.
supposed to be the highest force law enforcement in the line. You
He
know.
just tell Barrows put on this jacket for the same purpose.
I mean,
And you all right, you expose.
I apologize. I apologize, Boris.
some of these police think they home, but they children, you know.
Because you have him in custody.
He's already arrested. Let the
I ain't
law
lying.
take its
I
course.
ain't lie, right? Sometimes, right?
But Sean, you got to remember, like you said, you was talking to the police.
Right. See,
If they'd have get you in that station,
if they tell you,
they just gonna deal with you.
What are you implying, sir?
No,
Now, Mr. Taylor, there was a time when you had an altercation with the police and you were very
I
rude.
telling Sean, I saying
No,
Sean,
no,
Sean,
no,
you can
no.
cause us get locked up.
No.
Sean 10, you walking scared. You walking scared. Officer, what your number is? You all stupid police and thing?
No.
Sean, did you call the police stupid?
I never said.
Sean, we almost going to jail.
I never said.
When niggas the man see you sing,
The officer.
the man say, I can take you out jail.
Listen to me. I don't know about John, but if an officer approach you in a disrespectful manner, in a non-professional manner,
which is 35 to 45.
Sean, why did we get pulled over?
how
No, let me address this.
Why-
What we supposed to do? If we approach you in a disrespectful manner, what do you do?
if he speaks to me in a disrespectful
How you supposed to speak to
manner,
you?
I'm gonna say no. I'm not gonna tolerate that.
Because you're no criminal.
So Sean,
I'm not a criminal.
use the police.
So what the criminals is supposed to talk to that?
I'm not. Nah, I listen.
I want you to say what the police supposed to say. I use the police.
Ladena
I get
Bethel
pulled over.
says, Kenyatta, I remember that. You called the police stupid.
If I call
Let
that
Data
police
say you
stupid,
called the police stupid.
If I call that police officer stupid, he was behaving as a stupid.
Your
officer.
sister says, yes, Sean.
Shani was in the car.
Tito is right.
Shani was in the car.
But see,
I didn't look at Shani, and I didn't say we get in
what,
jail.
how what the police
So
say.
you're now agreeing that you did call the police stupid.
Oh, stupid niggas. Who you call a stupid
Sean,
niggas?
I cut through the gas station.
You got to the gas station.
But you know,
I was in your car. Yes,
it don't matter. We all in the car. We all in the car together.
Now, if he wanted to talk to somebody, not man, he should talk to you.
No, we in the car together.
He's a criminal, not you.
Yeah. You
Sean,
ready
you won't
to
get
pull
him.
us over?
But
So,
that get him out,
so
John.
the police call y'all stupid.
Stupid. Yes.
No,
Yeah, he
the
goes
police call y'all
he
stupid
goes
and stupid N word first.
Yeah, stupid
Alright.
niggas.
No, you guys are stupid.
Jordan is a game.
He curse y'all do?
Yeah, he curses too.
Yeah.
But your thing was you humble. You just
Listen
never,
to me.
you don't go to
I-
jail.
Listen to me. I come from D.W. Davis. Carlo all know. We come from D.W. Davis, right, Carlo? What has happened when you get pulled over the police?
Oh, but
He
even the same thing.
committed a traffic
Done.
offense. You didn't get a ticket. Why you scared? You
No,
don't
but
get a
we got
jail.
big slaps too. But
You don't have to tolerate that disrespect
Yeah.
from the officer.
all right then.
I tell you something.
You don't know when I say you don't have to be disrespectful to the officer. You know,
Can
I'm
you
not
please
saying
stop treating this table like the officer, please?
okay.
When you
I'm not saying be disrespectful to the officer, but you say to that officer, I am not gonna tolerate the way you're talking to me because I am a grown man.
Oh, they ain't care.
So I
I'm
just
not
want to tell you,
a child, I'm not a
Sean.
criminal.
Good afternoon. How y'all guys doing?
If
I
you
saw
come and
your
say,
guys cut through the
pull
gas
this car
station.
over, I have no problem with that. Y'all just committed a traffic offense. Come with this car. Let me write y'all a ticket. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
But he started calling us ill names. Y'all stupid niggas. I think y'all need to game me.
You don't saying all the words. You keep saying stupid nigga.
I can't say.
But he can't say the rest of the
I
words.
can't
Please
say everything he
say the
said.
rest of the words.
Just say beep. Say beep when you go down.
No. BB, you get in trouble.
No. You know, I said no.
That's
no,
where he
no.
spoke to Mr. Kenyatta for Sean
Yeah,
Gustavo Taylor.
I said, hold on.
And sing songs.
He ain't no this trusted in you, Kenyatta Taylor.
So I discontinued speaking to that officer, and I spoke to the other officer,
Right.
and he said, "Yeah, don't worry about that. I can deal with that."
No, Sean. He said that after you ask for the number, they get scared.
Yeah, I said what?
That's what he. That's what the senior man
because
said.
then they were wrong. They were wrong.
Some of them is scared, but don't number. You know, some of them
Oh.
I said, what's your number?
Some of them don't care.
Carlo,
Number.
let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something. You
You
say you
get-
would have been no police car.
You
Right?
get their number?
You have been a police car.
No,
You have been a
I've
set.
been by it.
Yeah, but you don't know that. But
Their job is to protect
Then they
and
upset.
serve,
Oh,
not
they
to be
can't
rude
upset.
and
They
disrespectful.
don't care about
But I
that.
mean, there was a time when I saw you pull over Mr. Ramsey, and
One time?
you were not that pleasant to the police officers either.
And that's why
I said,
sometimes-
Mr. Ramsey, are you okay? These fellas, them. I said, but do you realize? I slow down.
That's why
I
tell
said,
you.
Mr. Ramsey, are you okay? These fellas, them. But the police around you. Could you calm down a little bit?
That's why I told you.
That's why you gotta pull
that
off
somebody
the pastor.
is
You gotta pull off.
in the cell is asked for these things indirectly.
So you said
I
you
too-
said you were one of those fellas.
Because I too was.
So you say you agree to big slaps?
So you
I do have received big slaps in the police station.
Oh, you have?
But you asked for that. When you don't
No, hold on now.
he
Let's
tell you
talk
what
about
time,
that.
When you don't
Why?
sit down and
why
be
you was
quiet. and
Why
be
were you
rude,
slapped?
Why you slap?
Because I was rude.
You was rude.
Yeah.
Did you assault an officer
I-
physically?
I spoke ill to the police officer, a senior police officer.
You spoke ill,
Ill.
and you were slapped.
And some of the people said, yes, I did receive a slap.
One slap.
Very, very hard slap.
How
So-
old were you at the time, sir?
19, 20, thereabouts. This is after you put in the police car and throw out the police car and put in the police bus. And then they start.
When they throw the police guy, you mean throw? You mean put up?
Yeah, they grab me by the back of your handcuff,
Mhm.
lock you at the car,
Yeah,
throw me in the back.
Throw you in the back of the bus.
In the back of the Explorer.
right.
And then he started running, and I just felt like I was showing feeling. Oh, you all college boys, and then you all think you all know everything, and bugger, and I was like, but I know my rights.
Right.
I do nothing.
Right.
You ain't never identify yourself as no police officer. I stand outside on the phone, I trying to get back in the place. You tell me no, and I tell you move your whole
Right. Uh-huh.
bugger.
Right.
Then you could clip your hand there, and 2 minutes later you're up against the wall.
Oh, he speak cheap. Hey, bro, so they can clip me finger.
If
If
that's
they
what
clip
he
me
got
finger,
to do,
that's big dog.
And he was against the wall.
So I ain't even touch this fella.
You know, and then I stopped down. I went on the whole ride from East Bay to Central.
You was running on
Yeah.
in the car,
In the car, in the back trunk. You shut up in the back there. You can't tell me shut
in the
up.
back trunk.
That's where it was, in the back trunk of the
Oh, the Explorer.
Yeah,
Okay, all right, yeah.
You can't tell me shut up. I want you to tell me shut up. Oh, watch you get to the station. You watch. I can be up by 5 o'clock anyway. It don't matter. Go on to the station.
Oh, you tell him you will be up at 5.
Yeah. I was up by 5:30. I was right. But anyway, we ain't talking about that part. We talking about the part where the man tell me go sit my blank down, right?
Right.
So I said,
Paraphrase. You gotta go through all the because I'm
say-
scared you can slip.
I say, don't get mad because your wife like that because the fact I have on a pink shirt. Huh?
Oh, you get
Oi!
You told him don't
Throw
get
him in
mad because
throw-
your
Throw
wife.
me in the cell. Throw me in the cell. I mean, just 2 fish by double D's by 5:30.
So you kept on going.
Yeah, that's one slap. I was young.
Ignorant, didn't know no better. I'll never do them next again. I love the police now. The police are my friends. Just thought I should put it out
They
there.
put big slap on you tonight.
But I ain't gonna lie, that slapped the really right boy. And the thing about it is, after like 2 months later, I found who he really was. I know his daughter. I'm like, Jesus, my daddy really not to slap me that hard. I'm big juice slap me one night.
You got a lot of slaps.
Yeah, I shoot.
What big juice slap you get slapped?
But then, I mean, is
I'm
this
good,
is this
I'm
culture? See, this culture of that the police is free to do that. I think that's a problem.
I say they free to do it, but
Oh,
I mean,
big juice to make you sing the name.
but I
sing the
just saying,
song.
like when you
But-
do, like, all right, I mean, I'm
No,
not good doing it, right?
right,
But at the end of the day, right? Let's be honest. At the end of the day, they are authority figures,
right.
and some of us do not know how to talk to them for truth. We do not. So if they come to
And they don't. And same thing.
and
They
vice
don't wanna
versa,
talk to
right?
us.
But not all. We can't beat all police
No,
for that step.
no.
All police don't hit people. All police don't be disrespectful.
I understand that.
Right? So when the police come and they come and they approach you the right way, and you decide that you can mouth off or you will be disrespectful, then they, of course, they can lock you
That's a
up
powerful
and
statement.
carry you
It's not-
and carry you to cell. Right now, if
I have no problem with that. You lock me up, you can't me to sell.
yeah,
Sure.
Now that I'm under your control, you got me in the cell. Why you slapping me?
why don't shut up?
Why you slapping me?
Why
I
you shut
I
up?
have not lost freedom of speech.
I agree. I don't know. I don't know the officer. And like I said, I felt as if I deserved it because I was rude and disrespectful. When you be rude and disrespectful to your parents, there's discipline. You.
No, you're my parent.
I just saying, I was young, I didn't know no better. I
No.
was now.
Y'all run your own show inside there. Y'all know your own show going on.
That's where they go. That's where they go.
And I don't know. Somebody say it's not because Kenyatta is singing, but like Carlo can't sing.
No, I can't.
So I don't know. Someone says I agree with Kenyatta. The police's duty is to protect and serve, not to abuse and assault. I don't like this culture where I don't care what the person. If I am now under your control, if I'm arrested, I'm in a cell. Why you bothering me?
I wasn't in the cell yet though.
Or you were still
I was still inside there taking off my beard. Take off your belt, take off your laces, not your shoes, take off all the jewelry.
also using coffee either.
No, you can't take the means off. They lose one cuff.
Uh-huh.
And then they let you take out your belt, take out your lace on your shoes so you don't hang yourself in the cell. All them little thing. Yeah.
Someone said, but isn't that why you're charged with disorderly behavior in a police station? Isn't that the punishment already? That's what I want to say.
Wow.
Nkrumah Edwards says Nicolo had a mouth on him back in the day.
Look at me, Patty too, baby. I didn't admit that I was wrong. Young, my mouth was hot.
Yeah, I see. I think that culture, that where they're allowed to go and check, and even that language that you can, so you deserve it. Man, if you got me, you got me. Put the charge on me, but you can't put your hand on me. Because I believe, Mr. Taylor, leave the room.
Always.
I believe that once, or you listen today.
At least to them, they put your knee in the neck, though. They don't put the knee in the neck. Hey.
No, they ain't. I never.
No, but I don't want to sleep though. They
I ain't never had that experience.
Just to harass you, just to get you under control.
See,
You didn't get any need to go in the neck of 3 officers already on you.
No, not a 3. You didn't say 3. You said 1.
Well, they can still put the knee in the neck though, no matter how much on you.
No, man, not 3.
All right then. You stay right
but
there.
see, I mean, we ain't want to jump on the George Floyd bandwagon like everybody else is. But when you have this level of do whatever you want to do, that's how you get to George Floyd.
But boss, they've been doing that here a long time.
That's what I'm saying, and only because we ain't get to that point. Well, I think we had a case before where somebody died in custody or they died later because of injuries. We only couple more exposures away from now losing a life or somebody getting permanently damaged. But something wrong with that. Someone asked them, what's the number to call in? The number to call in is 828-3543.
Garfield, they want you to contribute just a little bit more, yeah? They say, you look like you.
Sean got me and Hog.
The number to call is 828-3543. If you want to send a text, it's 828-2543. Or WhatsApp, 828-2543. The call is 828-3543.
I was talking. Boss lady fixed that. So I have the dog underneath my he fixed that. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, I have a problem with that with the police feeling free to do that.
But I'm not condoning it, right? But I honestly though,
Denzel, listen.
But see, that's the problem right
I'm
now,
not
Carlo.
doing it. No, but no.
Let me
Why
let me
is
get
it
this.
I-
Let me get
That's
this. Let me
why
get this caller. Let me get the
investigations are not
caller.
done properly.
Let me get a caller.
First calling.
Hello, caller. Welcome to Barbershop Talk. I think it is. I lost the caller. Let me try it again. Hello, caller. Welcome to Barbershop Talk.
Hi, good afternoon, gentlemen. How are you guys doing?
You all right? How are you?
Okay, I guess Carlo is going to moderate. Carlo, talk to Carlo then. Carlo, take over from me. Carlo say he okay.
I say you okay.
Sorry?
How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm so glad that y'all have this conversation because I had an incident about 2 weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
where my 17-year-old son and I were driving on Western Esplanade. We were passing it, Western Esplanade.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw the police light flashing, so I pulled on the side thinking, he passing me. So when I look, all occupants in the vehicle, come out of the car with your hands up. So I was like, oh shoot, they stop us. So when I came out, both of us came out with our hands in the air. He said, I said, officer, what are you stopping me for? Like, what is this for? Because I was really thrown. I said, what are you stopping me for? He then, I could say the officer number because, boy, I get something for that man. Oh, God, I tell you, if I see this officer again.
Don't call the number. Don't call the number.
He took my 17-year-old, slammed him up against the car.
With you right there?
With me right there.
And you don't do nothing?
I almost had another 17-year-old for him. Or there. But he taking some against the car in his St. John's College uniform.
What?
This the part what irate me because regularly he probably could have taken for 18 or 19-year-old, but he said he was in his St. John's uniform, so obviously he's a minor.
Yeah.
So I said, officer, are you freaking kidding me? You put my son, you get my son up against the wall. If you don't stop, I get. I said, what you stop us over for? You know what that officer stopped me for? Because I was talking to him and I had my phone in my hand. He said he stopped us because I was driving a vehicle and using a cell phone.
What?
And
I said, officer, you have to be kidding me. And you slammed my child up against the car for this?
Oh, wow.
Anyhow, he said my son after, he said, go inside the car. I say, no, officer, this ain't going like that. I took him, he wrote me up, he asked me for my insurance. I didn't have my insurance. I had my driver's license. He gave me a ticket for $500. I sent him, I said, officer, you said I was using my cell phone. Can I show you my call log? I show you the last call that I made, because this is like about, say 5:30-ish. I say, I can say, oh, you don't have to show me that. They say, if you have your cell phone in your hand, you automatically using the phone. So I don't want to hear nothing from you. So I said, okay, that's fine. He asked me for my driver's license and my insurance. The current insurance wasn't in the car. The old one was in there. He said, oh, but that's a ticket. I can carry to the station for that. I said, do what you have to do, officer. That's your job. The lady officer who was with him, she went over there and she said, I really think you should take the woman, look at the woman's phone, because he said she was just talking to someone, and he rowed and he carried on. The next day, I decided to go up to the corrections unit to report him, because first of all, he did not listen to me. I went to the corrections unit. The lady told me I have to sit down. Say, you see all these people in here, all these people come, but they're complaining. So when I hear that, I say, okay, this how it's going in here today. So I started to walk out. As I was walking out, I met the woman assistant commissioner of police, the Lancey. And I went out there with tears in my eye and I told her the story. And she dealt with it. But my thing is, you're talking and it's a joke. It may sound funny or what have you.
Right,
and I'm so happy that these boys, we caught these police. Because you could be as innocent as you possibly could be,
Yeah.
and those police approach will throw you off.
Yes. Yes.
Because that officer, I still to this day to God, and I promise you, if I see this man in church, Bishop, nice clothes down that morning. Because I really have to push him up against the wall.
Oh,
I
God.
really have to do that to him. But anyhow, the officer then asked me to leave that alone, and I tried to live, for God. So I said that was it. But I'm saying the officers are here to protect and to serve, but they have to find another way in this society to deal with people. You cannot be hitting up on people. What if people have underlying issues that they don't know about? They just go out and just beat you. I have a problem with that.
A major problem. So what happened? What's happening now with your report, with your thing at the corruption unit? What's happening now?
Well, it wasn't when the Lancy walked me and I took the report. She stayed with me during the report, and after she heard the situation, I cannot discuss it on the radio because it's still an open investigation.
Got you. Okay, I got you. Okay, no problem. No problem. No, I appreciate this call because this is not this ain't something casual. And I know we sometimes we crack at certain things, but this to me, this ain't funny. It's a major thing for me. That these police, some of them, not all of them, but some of them are lawless and believe that they are above the law.
Yes, yes. And the thing is, it always them newbies. Because I thought he was some inspector or something. He's a cadet.
He's a what?
A cadet.
No.
That's what it. If I tell y'all this number, y'all will fall out. Because when I found out he was a cadet, I was like, this man even in the police. I want him to stay a cadet for a little while, please.
Hold on. He has not left the college yet.
Oh, he
has on his thing as cadet and his number. Because when she called him, she's like, this boy, even in do yet, like, anyway, saying too much right now.
Okay, all right, handle that. Yeah, you handle that because right now I able to put on the Carlos spirit now. I getting upset because they're out of their mind, because now I gotta say now that's my member. They fool around with.
Okay.
So we can talk offline. We can talk offline because I need to find out where we need to go to the next level with this.
Okay.
Yeah, because I ain't like that.
I'm happy for this topic this evening. It's very good.
Yes, ma'am.
And Tito, I agree with you. I'm carrying you on in spirit.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, I with you. We can put him against one. I'll be going to be late. Tell like I used to do everybody.
Oh Jesus! Bye, caller. Listen, this is so powerful. I think this is interesting, and this is a good segue for me. Vera says, let me go up a little bit. Let me get some of these here. Big slaps is intimidation and could just be a starter. Humble yourself and persons have died in custody. I totally agree. Somebody say, Mom hot on that phone. Yes, you hot. I would have been hot too. Vera says, I feel like I know this officer number myself. Same foolishness, different day.
It's crazy.
This I love this segue. She said this Julianne. Julie says, so she gets a $500 ticket, but Mr. Bus Driver
$230
out here trying to reason.
$230. What a time.
She gets 500. Boy, Julie, you put that right. And listen, this is unbelievable, guys. Guess what? On our text line, let me read this text. This thing means, I hope you're still listening, ma'am, because this here means a lot to me hearing this. Watch this. This to the Glory text line. Good day, how are you? I am the 14-year-old's mother who the bus driver touched. I am very disappointed in the system for the outcome of the case. Even so, when my hubby and I arrived at the police station, the bus driver mother asked me to drop the charges. So I most believe in myself that he might have done it before. My daughter doesn't even want to catch a bus by herself anymore. He took away, this is so painful to listen to this, he took away some of her innocence because even at her present age of 15, she's still playing with dolls. This must be done. Justice for our innocent children. Mother, listen to me. We hear your pain on this show. As 5 Bahamian fathers, Bahamian men, we apologize to you on behalf of that idiot, that criminal, to know that something like this could happen, and we're praying for your daughter. And I'm going to send you a text after this. I'm gonna hit you back up, and we're praying for your daughter and praying for there to be some degree of restoration for her, for this that has gone down. Just reading this is just so this oh man. This is crazy. This is crazy.
What kind of mother? And I don't know the lady.
It's crazy.
What kind of mother would ask another mother to drop the charges?
To ask a mother.
To drop the charges after her daughter is just a minor, innocent daughter being violated.
I'm almost at the point of tears, man. This is painful right here, man.
That's
How
crazy.
do you fix your mouth to ask another mother to do that?
So move on to the next one.
Mom, oh man. I wish it's something we could do. We could do as Barbershop Talk, something we could do. I mean, this is just
Call on. There needs to be justice. There needs to be penalty at the highest level. That won't change the fact what was already done, but there needs to be justice. You cannot slap a $200 fine, if it's $1,000 fine for something of that magnitude to such a precious, innocent young lady. No.
I didn't pass it down, Sean.
That's
Mom,
ridiculous.
Mom got me through for a loop. My God, I mean, this is the anyhow. I gotta know better than that.
Fix it.
I'm stuck just looking at it. I just reading this text over again, just reading this, and the more I read it, I feel the pain of this mother, man. I feel the pain of this mother.
And you begging for your child, for you to have mercy. So what I supposed to do with mine?
I mean
that's her child. So she said you drop the child. So what about mine? You done damaged this whole thing.
That's what I was explaining to you all. It's nothing, bro. It's nothing that is going on. That girl hurt, boy.
Yeah.
Like she hurt, bro.
Ain't nothing new. But yeah, like I mean, I agree with you. Like Carlos said earlier, all the beating, all the jail time, ain't nothing I can do for her. Nothing.
You the mom say?
Nothing.
Go on a bus, no more by herself.
You affect her from 14 now for the rest of her life.
Yep.
And the system who was supposed to protect our little darlings, who was supposed to protect them. I mean, they gotta fix this, bro.
Yeah.
They gotta fix this.
Because see, the thing about this is that with this, you can't even hide the fact that injustice was done from the child. So at least if they went to court or whatever the case is, but the child knows I didn't even get a chance to talk.
Yeah, you weren't even on my side.
I didn't even get a chance to say something. So there's no release. Yeah. So all this thing is still bottled up in this child. There's no release. There's no quote unquote purging to get this thing out. You know, boy, we commit, Mom, we commit you and your daughter to prayer.
Upsetting to me, if this child, I don't know who she is, but if this was, and I'll tell me can't come back on the show or whatever.
Don't use bad language though.
If this was a politician daughter, boy, there's no way nothing like this was gonna happen.
Yeah. Correct.
They was to let that slide. Why do you think that's cool, boy?
They would have thrown all kind of charges against him just to keep him in jail.
Yep.
They'd have throw everything at him. Injustice to the highest order.
Oh man. Mom, you keep us posted on what's happening with this, and I promise you, we can join that fight however we can to make sure that this precious daughter gets justice for this, and we can keep this out there. until there's some proper resolution brought to this. We got to keep this out. We marching for all kind of stuff now. To me, the greatest resource we have is human resource. This here right here, we can't let this happen. Our children, who we're charged to protect. I see all of the comments online, and then I guess all of you can hear this and understand this. I see your comments. Someone saying, is this bus driver's mother in her right mind about drop the charges? Someone says a mother that has no heart. Someone is Ladina says so no one has a photo of this person. Let's hear the Lord. Let's just hope the Lord gets it right the second go around. That mother should be fined for obstructing justice. It's disgusting. But it's another part of the age-old story. My innocent son.
Mm-hmm.
That's a regular. That's a regular part of that. That's a part of that of what you hear all the time. My good son.
And mom, them know. They go on them interviews and they say it and talk about how this person is this person, and you don't touch nobody.
You see what's powerful about what mom just typed us now? She says the mother didn't come and say, no, my son, yes, your daughter lied.
No.
You see what I'm saying? She didn't come to say, mom, you sure your daughter do this? You sure your daughter ain't lie? You sure your daughter ain't had an affair? She didn't do it. The mom came and on right away says, man, please, man, don't. No, man.
Crazy,
no. No. See, all of that to me, all that speaks so strong. It confirms. I think this will be early show because I don't know where else we can go from this. This here is like, this is crazy. If she wants mercy, go to the Lord for her son. I know you're right. Exactly. Not even taking into consideration of what the little child must be going through. Someone says mom and bus driver need to go to jail.
I agree. I totally agree.
How does a violation like that get quantified in the first place? A fine shouldn't be on the list of that is so true. Of penalties for any degree of sexual assault on another person, much less a minor. How can you put a fine? How do you quantify the fine?
That's what I'm saying. What do you get?
The fine isn't even compensation, which would be an insult anyway. This is mockery.
What is he charged with?
Yeah.
It can't be that.
Because sometimes of who people are affiliated with, who their families are, sometimes, and I'm not saying this is the case. They lessen the charge.
Oh wow,
Sean, that's probably the case.
Oh wow, I know this mother. She's telling me I know who she is.
That's probably the case.
This is ridiculous.
That's probably the case.
Oh wow. Okay. I got you.
Something like this is unacceptable.
I got you. Because I know I was saying this. Okay.
Take for $500 for a traffic offense and something of this magnitude.
Mate, when you get catch, your seatbelt is $100. This is another texan says, as a father, if that happened to my daughter, I would sit in front of Parliament door, lay across Bay Street every day until they do something about this. This is disgusting. Vera says mother is a big part of the problem. Someone says politician, if that was a police child. Oh yeah.
The whole book.
You know something, Denzel?
Go ahead.
Something of this magnitude, this is injustice at the highest level. We as Bahamians, we find ourselves running to the
touch the table again, because now I can't hear you, Mike. I still got here and play the cable a little bit. I don't know what's going on there. Something happening with the mic. Go ahead. I hope we get you with ambient sound.
We as Bahamians, we could seem to find the energy, the time, the effort to come together to march for certain things, but some of this magnitude, something of this is like you say, I don't even know how to continue to talk about this.
No,
especially after hearing the mother texting like that.
Yeah,
but it's only there's a lot of this going, because I heard the same incident with one of our good friends
together and call for justice, man.
And so what this dude was doing, he just give you a job and fill you up, and because he gave you a job, you shouldn't make no noise. You shut your mouth because he is not connected with people. They feel they can do it. But apparently, I guess because you believe you can act, that you could do whatever you want in this country, and there'll be nothing, no case to answer to.
See, all of that points to why we can't be just winking at this police brutality and stuff, because all that aids to lawlessness.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
someone say a mother who has created the problem. Exactly, Vera, condoning. Princess says yes. Vera says no. For mom to ask, she knows her son isn't innocent.
Mm-hmm.
If she claimed the girl lied, that would make more sense. Exactly, that's what I say. That's what I say. Valencia says she knew it isn't the first time. Sandra say I lost Sandra's comment. She says, like Carlos says, never trust another man. Go nowhere alone. Just messed up and fearful. Truth. He was doing slackness a long time. Jody says she tolerated that foolishness. She tolerated that foolishness since forever. Agreed. Mother knew.
Yes, you know.
You know, I had a situation one time where someone that attended our church and got in some problems concerning a minor. And he says, Pastor, I need you to help. I say, help with what? Do you know any police officer? You know anybody who could help me with the situation? I said, are you out of your mind? If you touched a minor, my help for you will be to be your pastor in prison. That's the only help I have for you. And I said this to that person. So listen to me. I am not calling nobody. I ain't putting in a word with nobody. This can play its course. And if it happens that you touched a minor, one of these little children, trust you me, your pastor will be one of them to say, make sure he get locked up. And I'll come visit you and I'll visit you in jail. No, you touch children?
Yeah.
The mother of the church needs to surround this child, love on her immensely. The mothers of the church. Donisi says the bystanders talk around the court is always, he wasn't perfect. Yeah. Let them go free before you find them. It's a bad luck. Agreed. Danica Aubrey, this one's a hot one. A lot of people comment. They have to bring a better resolution to the problem. The minor child has to see nothing done after she speaks up. When we are encouraging victims to speak out, that her regular school route, which means she may come in contact. Right, that's a regular school route. That means she may come in contact with the abuser again. But I can understand she ain't going to no bus no more. Because she's forever scarred.
Mm-hmm.
There's no amount of money that can repair the scarring that has been inflicted on the girl. Only prayer and Jesus can help. Totally correct. Like I said, we can only pray, and I commit to this that we'll be praying for this precious daughter, that the Father would intervene, and the Holy Spirit would intervene.
And on top of that, Pastor,
that healing would take place.
Me being the dad, I can put blame on me too, because I can be like, mother sick.
No, I see. That's why
that can make me feel bad. As I say, but if I only had a car, I feel like I put my daughter in that situation. That can put pressure on me.
That's why I tell you.
That can put pressure on me.
If you watch the interview, you could see it.
Yeah, but it's like, mother sick, but you failed.
Why you think I mentioned the fact of how? See, that's Kenyatta. That's why I mentioned at the beginning of the show. That's why I took my slow time to talk about how he walked his daughter on this bus. He paid this man for his daughter's bus fare. That's what I'm talking about. Because while we cover the daughter, I can't even imagine what the father's going through.
Are you serious?
In your mind, you failed your daughter.
Yeah.
That's painful to know that, because and God, we're not trying to put that thought there, but it's hard to. I mean, you can hear in his language that it was already there,
yeah.
And how he spoke.
He going as far as he could possibly, because he literally say, "Boy, gonna make sure she on the bus. I stand there.
It's a good daddy, man.
I paid the thing and all that.
It's a good daddy.
Still, yeah, the devil come out and act the fool.
It's a good daddy, man. To walk into the bus stop, put her on the bus.
Wow.
Good God Almighty. Oh,
Jesus.
man.
Jesus. Well, he do well.
Julian says the bus owner needs to let him go. How is public transport regulated? I mean, the truth be told,
It could be his own bus.
It could be his own bus. He should lose his plate.
Yeah,
Something should be done. Chester Johnson says, y'all forget that's in the bus driver culture. They're known for things like that. Well, I mean, I there's so many things in society, Chester, that we accept, that we need to start blowing, because these things,
yeah.
I mean, and now that you say it, I can remember. I can remember as oh God, as a child, knowing of family members that used to go with bus drivers. Remember that whole thing back in the day with.
That even make it worse, Pastor Denzel. If this is known to be a part of the bus history,
The culture
of bus drivers. There should be laws and penalties in place so that to really prevent things like this from happening. Because clearly they've been doing it and getting it away because maybe for the same reason they pay a $200 fine, they go home.
But then not only that though, I think there was a crew back in the day. You remember the crew? Y'all remember the crew of these school girls and bus drivers, and it was you laugh about it, you crack joke about it, and you let it go. But I think that's the same point with this police brutality too. These things carry on, and you smirk at it, you crack a little joke at it, and you let it go, and then this nonsense happens because it was going on for so long. The fact that someone would say, when we need to find out where the little girl asked for it, because that's in somebody's mind. I'm surprised that you're hearing more of that. Because a lot in the mind is, now these little girls, they forward now. They fast.
Yeah.
So we have accepted this culture so much in this society that we now you check them little girls, and some of them, if they mature and they develop, they out of control. So we have allowed this thing to run so wild now.
Tell something really go to control.
Yeah. So we got to pull these things in, man. We got to rein these things in.
Okay, but even with that said, right, that I feel as that argument would have only held water if they was caught together. So the bus driver and the minor child at 15 and 16 was caught together, and those actions you could say, well, Lord, fast, and yeah, he wrong, but she fast. But the fact that this little girl went and told,
so she going to Grammy.
so
she buying.
So the fact that she went and told, that argument should have never come up, in my opinion. Ain't nobody catch them doing nothing.
She reported it.
She went and she told, hey, this happened to me. So that thought of, she may be fast, so that she asked for it, should never come up. If they had gotten caught, then they would have that conversation. I mean, I'm not disagreeing.
No, I got your point.
But because of how that particular situation panned out, there's no way that should have never come out. Nobody should ever think like that, in my opinion.
No, I agree. I
wasn't on the bus, but for her to leave that bus and go and tell, it ain't like a friend go and tell her mommy, or I see them, or somebody see them. She went and she reported herself because she know what she experienced was inappropriate and wrong.
But see, nobody is saying this. Let me say this as Pastor Denzel, this Bishop Denzel, this the man of God. Let me say this, that what is apparent here is this is a sick young man. And nobody said, but that's what answer the question. What about Grayson? He made a mistake. No, he is sick. He needs to be taken out of society so he can be rehabilitated. Because I don't even say just punished, because he still is sick. He's sick, and he's sick in his mind. So this ain't. You don't just need to be punished. There needs to be some done to try to fix this by his brain. Because for you to believe that is what could possibly come in your mind to make you believe that is okay. For you to believe that as a grown behind man, it is okay for you to forget this. Okay, the girl ran him on the bus. You just saw the girl daddy, boy. You took money from this girl's father. And your mind is still so sick and so deranged that you believe that it's okay for you to put your hand under this girl's dress. You are sick. You need to be taken out of society. $200 slap on the wrist, out of your mind. So anyway, I want to thank publicly Clint Watson for bringing this story public. I want to thank Clint for doing that, and we're gonna have to make sure that we keep this alive until there's resolution in this regard. Damien says this been going on so long till it's a culture thing. Most people see it happening and don't say anything. Someone says, I'm sure in the back of his mind, a small voice was telling him, man, don't touch this one. Leave this girl alone. But he let the devil blind him. I agree with that concept, and because of that, there are measures that need to be taken. I totally agree with that, but there are measures that need to be taken. And that brother is sick and needs to be off the road. The fact that she said something says a lot. She's going on with Carlos' point, Ladina's going to your point, because there are minors that happen to and they keep it to themselves. You know, I'm going to say something that's probably going to be controversial, but we talk about this thing about molestation, sexual assault, and even incest. This thing is a greater problem than many of us want to admit in this nation. And it's prevalent here in the city. And let me say this for those who won't get offended and whatever you want to say is fine. It's extremely prevalent in our family islands as well. It is extremely prevalent. And it's become cultural, like it's okay that you could just do these things. And sitting in the seat that I sit in, I've sat with a lot of 21-year-olds and 24-year-olds who we call in hot, who we call in wild, who got 4 children and 5 children, and they sleeping around, whatever the case is, and we lambaste them. And then when you get to the car, you find out some uncle, some bus driver, some sick, deranged adult assaulted them, and then as they were children, and messed their minds up, mess their whole value system up. So this idea of sexual abuse and violence against our innocent ones, this is something that we need to. Someone said to me before with the show, and I think it's the first time we ever jump on this like this. They said that they wanted us to talk about this kind of stuff as men in the barbershop. It was before we had the show. They said that's right. It was before we had the show. They said they wanted more men to deal with these kind of issues. So we haven't done it before, but this gonna be in rotation. That we bring this up, man. We gonna make people uncomfortable. We got to change the culture. If that's the culture, it's a crying shame on this nation, and we got to change it.
I don't understand what it is. Like what? Like I think we started this here last week.
Bring the mic a little closer.
What can a 14-year-old or 15-year-old young lady, even a 16-year-old, do for a man that is 21, 25, 35, 45? She doesn't fully figure out who she is as a female. She doesn't know the things. She doesn't have a grasp on how to do any of these things. You 30 plus, you 20 plus. Why are you going to do that though? Like what are you going to get out of that? You open up the window. You open the window and let them in.
He's sick.
It's a demon. You have women out there looking for men.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's a demon.
But you rather take advantage
child
of an adolescent.
Demon.
Sick, man.
Demon.
That just is baffling me.
And as painful as this for us to talk about on this show, and you can see Carlo is emotional. We all are emotional, and I'm holding on to this because I want to make sure we penetrate this conversation, man. That we try to penetrate somebody's heart and make all of us more accountable. Don't silence your children.
No.
Don't silence them.
I think that's a good thing. Our parents taught her well. They
Yeah.
taught her well. They
Yes.
taught her well.
Yes.
Because she knew what was happening was wrong, and it's nothing that the man could give her or say to her
Yeah.
for her not to go back and repeat that.
I'm glad you said that's really good. It's good parenting.
That's good parenting.
Absolutely good parenting.
But that right there.
And guess what?
Very
She
arrogant.
hold that in the whole day because she went to school. Because he dropped her to go to school, right?
Yeah. I think that's what happened. Yeah.
And soon she got home to her Grammy, where she probably stayed that dad didn't pick her up. That means that's even that she probably didn't even focus is good.
She
That's
couldn't.
crazy.
She couldn't. I almost could guarantee the young lady had a good night's sleep from that happened. Think about how you feel when you playing a game that you want to win and you lose, or your team playing a championship and they lose and you angry. You have a hard time falling asleep over a game.
Right.
Over a game.
Correct.
Over something that you have no control over. And now somebody gone and violate you, and you have to now deal with that as a young girl for the rest of your life. The rest of your life.
You were like, sometimes you cost me low sleep.
I tell you, I understand.
Over a game.
Over a
Not
game.
even a game. I don't just be a man of them.
You understand?
Right. Right.
But but yeah, I ain't gonna lie, let me tell you something. This right here, this touched me different.
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
We know that.
Yes, sir. And I'm glad of it, and that's why I ain't cut it off.
So
I think that this
no,
emotion,
no, that
this
mean
emotion need to be
Carlo,
seen.
We got to keep you covered. See, we ain't want the enemy. Because listen, the enemy don't play. We need to keep you covered because you will lose your mind.
But I think too, we also need to push him into purpose too, because we need his voice.
Yeah.
We need this kind of passion.
Yeah.
A lot of times we don't see this kind of passion from men on these areas.
I know we can have podcast. You can break down and cry, the boy.
And we need, that's what we need.
Tears make you mad.
No, but that's what we need.
I was trying to be strong. You should see me trying to pull your scrap so you don't break down.
But me tell you, when Pastor started reading that text and he
I
said
see
the
you going.
14-year-old,
I see
my
you
body instantly
I see you going.
Yeah.
instantly fall
I
into
see you going.
chills.
Yes.
At first I thought it was hot texting.
Right. Right.
That's how we read it.
Oh, you thought it? Okay.
Right.
Oh.
Instantly,
all right,
I instantly
Yeah.
pop up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I feel for, but that daddy going through some stuff too.
Yeah. but
Yeah.
that-
Yeah. We gotta pray for the whole family.
that right
We gotta
there.
pray for the whole family. Mommy, daddy, the baby girl,
Yes,
the
I
don't
whole
wish that on
family.
nobody.
Pastor said
No one.
something.
I don't wish that on
Pastor
nobody.
said
bro.
something powerful. So now you know. You need to pray. You need to pray for that. Pray for that family, Carlo.
Yeah.
That heavy on you.
Yeah.
I believe you go in warfare for that. You will
Something
see
gonna break.
Yeah.
Because of the passion he has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This barbershop talk. I'm putting all this pressure.
No, I'm
Yeah.
serious.
That's good for you, but saying
But Carlo, ain't that like when you go into God and the purpose with passion like that? But listen, you root up some things around here, boy.
Turning in the Pastor Tuesday show, man. Barbershop talk.
Listen to me.
you call me Denzel.
I
That's
know
what
that.
that's what you get. call me Denzel. Ain't nothing changed. It's more than the name. It's more than the name. This has been happening. Valencia said this has been happening for so long. Girls in my school, and Valencia is now. I ain't say you old Valencia, but you definitely a school girl. For so long, girls in my school used to be fighting for the bus drivers.
What?
I preferred walking from school. No, but this is true.
But that's not a
Yeah, but
secret, though.
that's not a
Like-
secret,
like I
though.
say,
Let's not play.
No, remember
That's
that.
not a secret now. That's not a secret.
I've been
because
going a little while.
all the girls in grade
No,
11 and
Val-
12
Valencia is older than you are.
No, but I'm saying I didn't really know. Like I heard the stories, but I didn't know it was to like that extreme.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you now, right? All right, so like in grade 12, it's like a lot of young 12 graders, girls, they felt as if the older guys were more attractive for them. And some of them happen to be bus drivers or whatever the case is. It was more like they wanted to have these relations. So they wanted to talk to these bus drivers. So it wasn't more of a force. As a bus driver at the age of 25 or 22, and a school girl, you should know it in your heart of hearts, you shouldn't do that. But it ain't like they was, I don't know, but it ain't like they're forcing themselves. Some girls were willing, and they know like when the bus pull up in the yard, and the bus wait, they walk to the schoolyard and they walk straight in the front seat.
Yeah.
So they ain't like it wasn't like they was hiding that. So that's what it was. So it's different. Like I said, that's why I say this particular situation
This ain't just start.
different. No, dude, this is going on.
This ain't just start.
This is going on.
I just ain't want to say this part on there.
That's crazy.
Okay.
No, because I saying I didn't say but remember now I used to go to St. John, so I had to catch like 2 buses. But
I tell you, man, you been Donald Davis, man. So that, man.
No, I guess no bus place to walk school.
But yeah, you want to catch bus to know that when you walking into school, I never catch
No,
bus.
I know, but the
I
situation,
live right by
but I didn't
there.
know like how extreme like
Listen,
it really
man,
was.
you used to have girls fighting to sit in that middle seat,
Absolutely.
push down seat.
So you know that I didn't even know that.
Yeah, man. When
didn't
you
even
come
know
out,
that.
when you come out, they know it. Listen,
You mean the middle to the front?
the middle to the front.
To the front.
Yeah, 2 girls sit to the front.
Bus drivers,
I catch my
bus
bus
drivers
every
was bus drivers
I never catch
back
buses,
in the
I know
day.
that.
Jitney drivers competing against drug dealers for the young girls.
Yeah, for the young girls.
They the two drug
Just
dealers.
like in the
Listen.
90s. Like,
Yeah, mid-90s, early late 90s. But
Yeah.
listen, but the thing about it is, right? No,
80s, man. This is
I
from
wasn't
80s.
on in the 80s. I wasn't on
Yeah.
that in the 80s, but from my time. But it was an unspoken rule. No man, no boy
it's
could
the front.
sit in the front 3 rows of the bus. The
Now
one
that you
single,
said that, Carlo,
the
true
one
now.
single one, the 2 to the front, and then the 2 right behind the driver. If you ain't a girl, you can't sit there.
Because the only thing I really remember but the bus
Unless the bus driver was an old man,
Yeah.
and
I
you
know
could
what like
sit
when
there.
I gets bus in Johnson, I know one guy sit to the door to collect the money, while the bus driver drive.
And
yeah,
just
ain't no
girls.
man never sit to the front seat. You know,
No,
I
it was an
it's cool.
unwritten rule. When you jump on that bus, you cannot sit
Correct.
in the front seat if you don't want to skate.
Honestly, I never pay attention to that.
You will have to pay attention, though. I mean, the talk was there too. Because I never catch bus in my
But
life.
let me tell you something, but I was lost in the
At
sauce.
3
man.
o'clock, Daddy was there.
I was
When
lost
you
in the
walk on the
sauce.
CI, I guess you get 4 buses.
You know what? You know what? You know what?
Four
Burroughs,
buses.
leave the room.
I
You never catch bus.
either. If my mommy or dad don't drop me to work, I'm in the school.
I was telling Carlo, I live around the corner, so walk
we
to the.
walk from CI
I
to
walk to
Vauxhall.
I
Walk from CI to Gibbs for the Vauxhall.
That's right.
Yeah, I used to walk Roosevelt Avenue too, bro. It
I
ain't
didn't know how to
far,
catch
but
bus.
you knew that though.
Yeah, I learned to catch bus when I got in high school. I learned to get
But it
because
wasn't-
we used to walk from our ladies to
It-
Palm Beach Street and walk from CI to Palm Beach Street.
It never came off like a molesting thing, or it never came off like.
But you knew the culture though.
But
You still knew the culture.
right?
Yeah. Someone says that the lust that's dripping off some of these bus drivers is something else. Man, Jody, I don't even know if it's fair to call it lust, man. I think it's more that's sick, man. It's this
They
yeah.
open the window.
Yeah. Let's use this moment to encourage those of us who see things and know this, Dwayne, and know of persons and don't say anything. It's time to speak up. Agree, Dwayne. Exactly, Carlo. She was uncomfortable and was taught to tell. Her parents are awesome. More parents need to listen when their children say something of this nature and take action.
That's another thing, you know. That's another thing, you know.
Yeah.
Because her parents believe her, but they never doubted her, you know.
That's good. Yeah.
Because you know, the pastor say, you know how much people is come and say, hey, listen, daddy, uncle touch me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And you have so much respect for brother or your brother-in-law, whatever the case is, and you say, man, this man ain't do this.
Yeah.
This man ain't say that. You
know
lying.
You know these children go,
You
they
like-
make up
they-
stories.
right.
Carlo,
They
I see
watch.
it.
You know?
I see it.
You see it, you know?
I see it, Carlo.
Oh my goodness gracious. What you talking about now?
I get that shit tonight.
Yeah, to that.
You see the man of God?
I see it.
So they be calling me pastor, be calling him pastor. Nkrumah Edwards says, I commend you fellas on this topic today. It was definitely needed. We need more men to take a stand. Absolutely. Totally agreed, man. Valencia Bell said, Valencia, oh God, I lost Valencia. Yeah, because they coming in so hot. They coming in hot. No, we getting ready to close the show and the comments is flying in now. Valencia said, the bus driver used to take advantage by giving the girls lunch money. This needed to be controlled. Oh, this needed to be controlled a long time ago. No, correct. That's, and like I said, Valencia. Valencia has to be talking about sometime back in the 80s and 90s and back then.
They've been running.
Yes, sir. What you said is true. It affects the child's whole life. This is why you see young women dressed like men. They are hiding themselves. Indeed, because they don't want to look feminine. This is a scar that only God can remove. No, that is true. And I'm not saying that's the case with everyone, every female struggling with their identity, but that has happened in many cases. That has happened in many, many cases.
I never thought of that.
Yes. No, but I have confronted it. I have dealt with it. So I can say that
I've never thought of it like that. Like,
I don't. I just don't want. It's a lot of things I could say that I don't want to say because people who be sat in front of. But I want someone to try to challenge me because I'm not talking about what I thought. I've sat down people in front of me who because of boys and girls that were molested and have become effeminate. And not just effeminate, homosexual. Full-blown homosexual because of their molestation. No, this idea of sexual molestation is sick in this country. And it's prevalent. And there are a lot of things that we wink at that destroys the lives of persons down the road. Tremaine Hart said, this is the truth. If you didn't have a bus driver, you wasn't saying nothing in my time. And she says, I wasn't saying nothing then. Good catch. Oh, and then she says, and then I've been out of school for 15 years. So that means she's going back.
So she been at school for years. That's 2000.
That's 2000s, yeah. So that means it's still going on. Because I've been in school 26, 27 years.
I've been at school 22, 21.
Right?
These bus drivers been running them off. They speed up and down the road. They don't know about roads.
You think it's my body?
Dwayne Rose says, please don't leave without letting that princess and her family know that she can survive, overcome, and still yet thrive in life after this. Oh, I'm gonna reach out to her personally. She's known, actually, Dwayne, she's known to us. She's known to us. So I won't say I'll tell you offline, but I'm gonna reach out to her personally and we're gonna talk without fail. The fact that the mother of the driver asked for charges to be dropped, or somebody remembering this, suggests that maybe this driver also came from an abusive home life. That's a strong possibility. And it's continuing what he was exposed to himself. The cycle needs to be broken. You are correct, Christy Paul. That's something else. Um,
You don't need to break nobody else. Who do.
Malika Newbold says front seat. And she done but back in the 90s, 80s.
30
Um,
buddy.
Damien says Carlos speaking facts. Malika Newbold says again, she's 80s and 90s, a front seat for the girls.
Front seat for the girls. I never recognized that.
This
The
support.
only way a man said, a boy said, the front seat, a man,
But you know what my
said the front
problem
seat,
was?
It was the old
No,
man.
that's no why I didn't recognize it. I used to sit to the back of the bus and jump out the window. You
You
know,
know, pay the bus.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's why I never realized.
Vera says this support is much needed. The system is set up to discourage victims. The burden of proof lies on them, and the long and arduous process often turns up fruitless. As bold and brazen as I am, from what I have seen and experienced, I wouldn't bother speaking up. That's scary right there. That's scary.
Who, like they say, who do you talk to? Who do you run to? Who do you confine in these
Let me say something to you,
situations,
man.
right?
I say things I didn't want to talk, but go ahead, finish. You
Right.
go.
So I come and I
Because
say,
I can ride on what you're saying right now. Go ahead.
and then you find that one person. So you find that one person. I say I feel as if I could talk to Denzel. He ain't Pastor Denzel. He's just Denzel.
Right.
I say as a young boy in the barbershop.
Mhm.
Denzel guy himself well, treat his family well, based on conversations. He loves sports, that I go through something. I end up bucking Denzel half an hour after I go through it. I can find that Denzel, I need a mentor, somebody to talk to. I go through a lot. I talk to him, I open up. And then watch this. Denzel now takes advantage of him.
Mhm.
Takes advantage of all the things he knows. And then he takes and he uses that against him and he do whatever. He probably inappropriately touch him or make him move or whatever.
Okay, use somebody else.
Right? So then now what does that boy do? Now what does that boy do? The one person he thought he could turn to now betrays his trust. So now you got to start all over again, or hopefully he starts all over again, and the cycle continues. Because when you feel like you need somebody to talk to and you can't find anybody to talk to, and you can find the one person, that person betrays your trust, then you park at the starting point again.
Listen to me. I went with a young lady to the police station to report an assault. I was with her. The way she was spoken to by the officer, she says, that's okay. That's cool. I good. And she broke down and said, take me home. I can't do this. She was roughed up like she was a victim. Like she was the perpetrator. Yeah, come on. What happened? What happened? What just happened? The girl is broken crying. And that's how the officer roughed her up. And I'm saying, I said, buddy, did you hear what I tell you happened to this lady? Yeah, man. Yeah. This is I wasn't pastoring yet. This is probably about 13, 14 years ago. And I mean, new officer now, but it was to the Grove police station. I'll never forget that night. This woman was made to be a criminal. The way she was roughed up and handled by the officer, that she said, you know what? That's fine. I won't make a report. And she never made a report. See, that's another, the system is broken. You know, but I don't know who you could talk to. Right? I just go into the next point. Sometimes the victims they go to certain police, and a lot of them, not a lot, but there are some who are not properly trained and don't know how to handle these kind of situations.
No, I agree.
As soon as somebody come in and say assault, whatever, you should call a female officer, whatever the case is, get them in a room, a secure place to make them feel safe.
And you know what happens too? They take that same victim, that same lady that you had, right? They beat her with a victim from previous,
Yes.
When I say that, this is what I do. So Michelle gone and report George
Right.
for doing XYZ.
And it wasn't true.
It may be true. But 2 days later or 3 days later, time for the case, hey, I dropped the charges. Me and George,
Right.
George back together. We lovey-dovey. And they say, you know what? I don't have time to deal with this.
You think
The back and forth and the inconsistencies from these women who refuse to leave these
let me ask you a
abusive
question.
relationships.
You
So
think
the ones that want to really
You can't
leave,
assume every case is the same.
I agree, but I'm saying that's what I'm saying. The ones that are really hurting are going to suffer because of the ones that that when you go and that one person who play on, get that sympathetic person.
Right.
You get a sympathetic officer who close the tears with you and understand you and go with you to the house
The Carlo officer.
and take your clothes out and take you to your mommy and make sure you're safe and all these other things and say, we'll follow up on the case and go to court you and da-da-da-da. And a month later, you and a man back together and you're talking about y'all getting married. So when the person who really, really hurting come in there, they get a person like Tito. Man, you need getting back to this way tomorrow. Let me just write this up. What happened? What
Right.
happened? What happened?
Right.
And she is the person that need the real help.
Yeah.
So she's suffering because other people don't take it as serious as they should. So it's a whole cycle. You think they numb? If who numb? The people who in position to
The police officers in those?
no, because
I think a lot of them are. No, you
you
said.
you know, let me tell you something. I was screaming because I, of course, my people do worse. But I seen a lot of people, like, because it's precious to us and it's there to us, we looking for them to like really understand us, but they so used to it, they numb.
That's true.
They become numb.
That's true.
And so you be like, boy, they showing how to do it. And they don't even realize how numb they really
Probably
is.
they need to get some kind of rotation to make sure they don't get
No lie.
get some kind of rotation that
Once I
get you
gonna
out.
share something to snap,
Yeah.
let me tell you something. I just had to tell my people, I say, listen, I realize the problem is a lot of these people, they numb to what's going on. This you saying, man, but could you explain this to me? What's going on here? And they'd be like, yeah, like next.
Yeah.
And then they think
That's how it was. That's what it was for this young lady, and it wasn't even domestic, but it was like a next.
Yeah, like next.
So where this person tender, fragile,
Yeah.
and to get that kind of
You come
treatment,
there, like, all your
they
hard
closed
work,
right
yeah.
down until
Yeah.
now. That was 30, 40 years ago. That person was never reported.
Wow.
That was never dealt with. So this person's probably still on the street.
Lord, do help me become numb. Don't let me become numb.
Let me get some more comments. Jerome Bell says, whatever hand touch a young girl, that hand should be chopped off. Malika say, when you see, Lord, when you see 3 o'clock, when 3 p.m. reach 4 to 6 buses waiting in front of the school for all the girls, playing loud music, AC burning.
Tell you that 4 to 6.
I remember
Yeah.
loud music.
You don't get no AC and you don't get no tent.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Some person here, bus drivers. I mean, Damien Longley said bus drivers are predators. Period. I ain't gonna put all of them there. There's some wonderful brothers who are bus drivers. A lot of us play my music on the bus, and living right. You know, not all of them, but definitely there are some that need to be weeded out. Ricardo Roberts says, Pastor Carlo, absolutely. Say it again.
Roberts, listen, man.
Now, Carlo, you got to go home tonight and you got to go and tackle that in prayer. That's heavy passion, but
There's somebody.
Right.
This Jody Ann. Jody Ann says she's from Jamaica. Said it's the same thing in Jamaica.
With the bus driver,
So hold on, this only is a bus driver crazy.
it's a Caribbean thing.
Sounds so.
Caribbean thing.
Damien Longley says, Pastor, I don't like Carlo using your name in that scenario. Inappropriate. Totally inappropriate, Damien. Totally. Thank you. I was waiting for somebody. Thank you so much.
David, so petty. David, you don't get nothing to do, everybody.
No, that's why you're watching the show. Thank you, sir, for tuning in.
Vera Aqua says, Pastor, you been in the station? Yes, I was in the station, Vera. Because this is how it go. I have seen it with my eyes multiple times. Yeah, I was in the station. I saw it myself. No, Vera, I remember your situation too, Vera. Correct. And it's sick. Because you make the girls them feel like they are victims. I mean that they are the criminals. Jody says, are they trained regarding soft skills? Obviously further training is needed.
And that's what it is. You are, like, when you work in the system, they train you, and then that's it. Like there's no further training beyond that.
No refresher, no refresher.
No. So you and whoever going on a refresher course, if you go on a refresher course, they put you on a refresher course, and then move you from the course they put you on, which makes no sense. So you might train an officer to say, okay, you to the station, we train one person from every station. You deal with just straight. These cases, you deal with that. A month later, they move her from the station. So now the person who you train to deal with that, gone from the station. But there's no, and everything is just casual, like, oh yeah. So anything happens, the first thing most people do, make excuse for it. Oh, will she do something? Oh, he get locked up. He good. No, so you already jump to the negative side of it before you even hear the story, before you even know what happened. So I coming forward because I know how I can get treated like the victim, not criminal. Like the victim, like the criminal anyway. So what I coming forward for?
All right, it's rough. So I know officers.
This is crazy. This is crazy. Sorry to cut you off. This is another text. Pastor, this is a personal text someone sent me. At 18, I experienced where I was sexually harassed on the bus. First thing one morning going to college. And that affected me for years. I felt completely violated and finally reported that evening to my parents. They took me to the station to report the matter instead of acting in a violent manner towards the young man. Upon making the report and telling my story, the officer told me what report is he supposed to write, and that he knows the young man and he knows the young man as though it was okay. It made me feel low and though I was at fault by simply sitting in the bus at the wrong time. The officer refused to write the report because he felt it would not make a difference in the young man's actions. This is a young lady sending a text to me, a young lady known to me.
So gosh, you gotta go regroup it. Go
Say again?
for your breakup already. And
It's almost like women. I have a disclaimer. My daughters is going to St. John's.
Yeah.
One is get out 2 o'clock. One is get out 3 o'clock. And every day I drive the airport road up and down. I suck my teeth, but never again. I will drive from there to Jabim for them every day, because this just don't make no sense. Like,
something like this happened to my baby girl. You would need to copy Denzel, Pastor Bishop, all them days, and send somebody for me.
I don't mess
Hallelujah.
with my life insurance. If something happened to my daughter or my son on this magnitude, ain't nobody can talk me off that ledge. I want y'all to know that. Pastor Denzel is my friend.
That's why we gotta tie you up.
Pastor Father Tynes.
We
Father
got
Tynes is my personal friend. Them 2 pastors in my life, and I telling you all now, y'all can't talk me off that ledge. If something happened to my children like this, nothing.
What ledge you talking about now?
The ledge of making sure they pay to my satisfaction.
Okay, just making sure you weren't trying to jump off no ledge.
No.
Oh no, I know he ain't jumping now. I know he ain't jumping.
Carlo ain't the problem. Don't mind Carlo. Carlo the problem. It's his friends around him gonna be the problem.
Yeah.
Tying them up
Lord.
can be easy. It's the other set. Other set was go from 1 to 1,000.
Nkrumah Edwards says, Carlo, you are on it tonight, buddy. You have been spitting facts all night. Jody says the ones playing around are really hurting as well and need to be referred to the proper services. Yeah, I agree. Carlo is on point. It's Michelle. This is how it happens. The victim is scared further and shuts down, not wanting to trust anyone again because their trust is being violated. Absolutely. Judy's agreeing with Tito. Said they are numb. Lord help our people. Carlo is correct. It's Valencia. I helped a young lady from getting beat by her live-in boyfriend. Police came, separated them, and they were back together the next day. And that's not the first time. We need to keep praying. Lord God. Brian Correct said, please come to the conclusion before people come to the conclusion before collecting all the testimonies and evidence.
Yeah, that's what Garfield is saying.
Yeah. That is correct, Tito. David says that is correct, Tito. Carlo, friends are the problem. I think in this case
something to do. You know what I do? You know, Papa suggests that
y'all won't believe Rich said he friends. Y'all think it's the other one, but like talk.
I mean, let me say
Quiet
this:
problem.
the barbershop community is a tight community. Anybody bother with anybody around this table or anybody connected to the barbershop group, that's not a good thing to do. Any of our children.
They made the trouble.
Yeah, that ain't good. Any one of our children. Tito customers, Sean customers, our customers' friends. Don't fool with their customers' friends. Don't fool with that. That ain't good.
Yeah, they watch children grow up in the shop.
Yeah. So don't. They all our children. You know,
it's amazing.
Carlo children is our children.
It's amazing the things just complain about. I mean, every day I drive that road, I suck my teeth. I gotta go right back to St. John's. I came back to St. John's every day, and 3 o'clock I could be right there.
Yep. No more complaining.
No.
Guys, listen, this is a good show. We made it to it. I didn't think we was gonna make it for another 40 minutes after that, after reading that text from Mom. Mom, again, like I said, we're praying for you. I got your name. I'm gonna hit you up later on. And we're gonna be praying for you, man. All right. Boy, so that's it. We had a good one today.
The producer playing our actual music.
She ready to go.
Yeah, she's ready to go home. Yeah, she's shutting us down.
That's so rude, man. I can't watch like I'm on girl talk. I come in and shut the music down. I'll face you.
Listen, y'all. Listen. You just what I want y'all to do. I ain't said this in a long time. Listen to me. Please, fathers, especially fathers and mothers, but fathers, spend some time with your children, man, especially your baby girls. We need to use that father as an example that daughter was open to go to daddy. was open to talk to daddy and that kind of relationship. Let's spend quality time with our children. Let's make sure our children know that they can come to us with everything. Everything, no matter what it is. What Delton says, this show is further proof why we need Barbershop Talk on the airwaves. Awesome discourse. Thank you, Delton.
Hey,
Thank
don't
you.
forget our extender. You bring our extender in the morning. You keep giving that one, man. We need that. Delton.
Delton Carlo needs the extender.
I got you, Madam Producer.
Got you.
Thanks for tuning in. I almost want to talk about this every week, but Carlo can't handle it. So we gotta go somewhere else next week,
Please.
and then we come back at this and
Let's talk with the afternoon, man.
yeah. I the people out there, their economic plan too.
Man,
I got one good one.
I got link it, but there's too.
I got one good one. But I don't know if I can try it. I got one good one.
Which one talk about?
I can be good.
Okay, no problem. Okay,
I want to tune in.
I linking get one too though. You want to see the engine on?
Mr. Ben,
She turned up.
why you telling me say we talking?
All right, we got.
Why-
We talking about.
Our producer getting rude for try agree. Getting rude, man. Thank all of you for these comments has mean a lot to us. I mean, to let us know that you enjoyed the show. This means a whole lot to us. Now, Vera, don't do that. Don't do that. I don't think that's necessary to show. Vera say Peter is missed, but we love you all though. Great show. Peter wasn't no miss today.
Pete, I can take you out of restaurants, baby.
Peter was missed.
I thought me you was connecting.
Vera say Peter was missed. I don't think Peter was missed. I don't think so. Anyway, Peter, we appreciate you, bro.
Hey, Lincoln, bring us a coffee. Plan, huh?
We got everybody.
Let's
Good
talk
night.
about it,
Y'all have a blessed night, man. We out here. God bless
man,
you.
You gotta come on the show.
We got.
Come on, man.